guys, if you didn't know, Good Morning America has been going after Fortnite recently, and guys, please please give me a round of applause for actually finding out a video idea, because guys, I've been running out of video ideas because my recording software has just not been nice to me lately. Like, I would make a Roblox video and it just wouldn't record. And it'd be pretty entertaining, and I'd be playing with friends. While all my other friends are just doing an entertaining Roblox video, I can't. I don't know why my recording's making me doing this, but I could still react to videos. So today we're gonna be reacting to Good Morning America. It's a video that goes by the name of "What Parents Should Know About the Online Survival Game Fortnite." And people have just been sending this video to me. I've had friends do it, and you know, they told me it's a good video to react to, so let's get it.
Story of parenting alert about a popular video game so many kids are playing.
That's right, Robin. Video games are facing some new scrutiny this morning. President Trump has announced he's meeting with video game executives next week to discuss violent content following the deadly Florida school shooting. This as a new game called Fortnite is drawing millions of players, and some parents are worrying their kids are spending way too much time at the controls.
Well, I mean, if they're spending... Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to make fun of the parents, but if your kids are spending too much time with the controls, why don't you just tell them to get off of the video game, and they should hopefully listen to you? Well, mainly because you're their parents, that you had them, so why don't you just tell them to get off the controls?
It's the online game that has fans in a frenzy. Fortnite's objective? Players in the game's free Battle Royale version join teams and battle up to 100 others to be the last person standing. The multiplayer melee drawing comparisons to blockbuster franchise The Hunger Games.
I volunteer as tribute.
With millions of users, from kids to even celebrities like Chance the Rapper, Joe Jonas, and Steelers wide receiver
That's
Juju
cool.
Smith.
I haven't heard anything that bad or negative about the game so far. I mean, I've heard a few negative things, but I'm not really, there's nothing to really react to so far. They're just covering what the game is. So if I seem like a silent reaction channel right now, just know that there is nothing to react to currently.
Caught up in the craze.
Oh my God.
I'm at this party right now, and all I'm thinking about is Fortnite.
Over 40 million people in America play this game. So the crazy part is, chances are you know somebody who's enjoying it.
And with the option for users to buy upgrades and bonus features, the company reportedly raking in big bucks off the game's big buzz.
It wouldn't surprise me if they were making hundreds upon hundreds of thousands on any given day. In fact, maybe even over 1 million.
For some parents, Fortnite's popularity is now a cause for concern.
I mean, I just love this game. It's great.
Amy Selling.
Look at how happy they are too. Like, why do you gotta make them stop playing? I mean, I know it's a health hazard, but look at how happy those kids are. Let's go back a little bit.
Parents, Fortnite's popularity is now a cause for concern.
I mean, I just love
those kids are just smiling the whole time. Like, most kids want to be smiling in an interview. Like, guys, look at how positive Fortnite can do for you. It stops depression.
Game is great.
Amy Selling says her kids are so caught up in the game, she sometimes won't see them for hours after school.
They downloaded it around November, December. Around that time, I guess that's when they slowly started to disappear.
She wrote about her experience in a blog titled, How I Lost My Children to Fortnite.
Okay, please, don't overreact like that. Don't say you lost your children to Fortnite. That is such a clickbait title. Like, honestly, do not
do it. The post garnering big response from other parents across the country.
Oh no.
Everyone's sort of struggling with the same thing. How much time do we let our children actually play this where they're not fighting and they think they've had enough time and I'm not the bad guy?
And it's not only Fortnite. Just this year, in a controversial decision, the World Health Organization officially recognized gaming disorder as a mental health issue. The American Academy of Pediatrics advises parents to place consistent limits on screen time, making sure it doesn't take the place of adequate sleep, physical activity, and other behaviors essential to health. But for worried parents, Fortnite's social aspect may actually have a positive effect.
The beauty of video...
Wait, yeah, it has a positive effect. Oh, social aspect. Yeah, it makes you happier and it makes you want to talk more because, you know, you're talking to people. If that's what they're going to be focusing on, if it's going to make them talk, if they're gonna use the microphones as a positive thing. I'm actually pretty surprised because I thought they'd be using those as a negative thing, but of course I need to watch first. I'm just saying this because I don't want to seem like a silent react channel.
Video games is they're moving from being solo experiences to more social experiences that invite people to come together and bond over a shared positive activity.
To further the discussion, let's bring in clinical and sports psychologist Dr. Jonathan Fader. And Jonathan, thank you for joining us. From a clinical perspective, what makes this game different than any other games that we've seen before, and how does it affect the brain?
Listen, when you mentioned Fortnite here in the studio, there were people high-fiving. I saw a bunch of teenagers in the studio high-fiving. This is a viral game. People are so into this game, and the thing that makes Fortnite so different is it's so interactive, Michael. I mean, people can play.
That does not make the game so different. I'm sorry, dude, but that doesn't make the game so different. There's so many interactive games out there. CSGO is interactive. Call of Duty is interactive. And, yeah, Fortnite is just as interactive as the other games.
Play duo as a team and really interact over the video game. It affects our pleasure centers of the brain. That's what video games do, and this one is really intense.
Okay, so speaking specifically to Fortnite, how much playing time is too much time? Parents want to know, what limits do we set?
Well, the American Academy of Pediatrics says if your kid is 2 to 5, it should be an hour or less a day. With teenagers,
a kid that is 2 to 5 should not be playing Fortnite. And if there's any 2 to 5-year-olds who play Fortnite, I really don't even know what to say. I thought this was surrounded around Fortnite, but I mean, I guess they're talking about other things too, but this is supposed to be about Fortnite, not 2 to 5-year-old games. Like, the only things I'd see 2 to 5-year-olds doing is watching YouTube Kids and not playing Fortnite.
it's really about the context. How does the video game affect their activities? Does it prevent them from getting their schoolwork done? Does it prevent them from doing other social activities? You know, Homer Simpson had a great quote. To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems. So, you know, when you think about these video games, it's like, yeah, they give kids fun, but at the same time, let's moderate.
And is it hard as a parent to find that balance with your kids?
It's so hard. I mean, my kids play video games, and what I do is I play with them. I want to see what they're doing. I want to get in, and I mean, some of it is just fun, but I want to be there and understand how violent it is. And also,
honestly, dude, about the violence thing, Fortnite is not violent, and there's no blood in it. And like, I really hope they don't start like saying how they're concerned about the game being violent, guys. It's different because it doesn't have blood. That's what makes the game. And that's kind of why the game is so popular at the same time. And that's also kind of why it killed PUBG. First off, there's more stuff. And second off, there's not as much violence.
So I want to help them limit it themselves.
It's a problem, too, because my kids use all of those devices for their schoolwork. And so, like, Mom, I'm doing schoolwork. So I always say you have to have a door open, and I have to hear. You can't have the headphones on, because if you hear that play happening, then you know. Because they're just behind the screen, like, I'm doing my essay, / they're doing Fortnite, right?
No question. It's great cover. It's a great undercover thing. And so when you tell a kid, hey, listen, just put it on airplane mode, they can't a lot of times. A lot of their schoolwork is interactive. A lot of times they're doing research on the web. So it's really harder to limit than it used to be.
So if there are any benefits to playing video games?
Look, I mean, there are definitely benefits. The thing about Fortnite is it's a multiplayer game. And the thing that teenagers really enjoy about it is that you're actually talking to your friend while you're doing it. Now, so that's really one of the fun parts about it. And that's what sucks people in and says, hey, 5 more minutes, Mom, 10 more minutes, Mom, 3 hours more, you know, and you can spend your whole life down there in the family room playing. It's that interactive component. A lot of kids who aren't connected in sports or other settings really find a social scene in that, which is as a benefit, but in moderation, it can really get out of hand.
Yeah, moderation being the key.
And I like that. You play with your kids so you know what they're doing, and you can say, hey, it's time to cut it off.
Yeah, Michael, you play with your kids, and also you find other ways to limit it. What I say is stop telling your kids
honestly,
don't do.
Dude, I wouldn't want my parent playing with me. Like, dude, I have, like, online friends on Discord and stuff, and when I'm playing with them, I don't want my parents playing too. Like, dude, that'd just be kind of embarrassing.
this. Tell your kids, do this. Give them the other activities. Give them other things to do. If you're just telling your kids all day, stop doing that, it's just going to be a drag. Connect with them. Understand what they like about it.
All right, Dr. Fader, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure being with you guys.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for...
Well, I guess that's the whole video. We made it in the 5-minute video, just 10 minutes. So, just a round of applause. I didn't make it 15 minutes. I thought there was more to react to, but apparently not. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. And what do I think about this whole thing? I think that, I would rate this about 6 out of 10. 5, like, with the opinions and stuff. Actually, probably a 4 or 5 out of 10. I mean, like, I've seen, like, people telling me, like, that there's videos of, like, gaming experts and stuff, and just, like, worse things like that are just kind of just funny of how bad it is. But, you know, I'm not reacting. I'll make a part 2. I can't. If I were to exit full screen right now, it would end the video. So let's exit full screen and let's see if it ends the video, shall we?